Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to bring you guys my Smackdown Live review results and reactions for June 27th, 2017. Anyway guys, let's get into the review. So to start off the show, we had Daniel Bryan coming out, and he came out to a monster pop, and he addressed the WWE Universe about making history because if you guys don't know, it was announced last week on Smackdown that there would be the second ever Money in the Bank women's Money in the Bank ladder match on this Smackdown. So then Carmella ended up interrupting Daniel Bryan with James Ellsworth, and Carmella reiterated her stance from last week that she was done wrong by the authority figure. And Ellsworth was very outspoken, and he claimed that Bryan was spineless, gutless, and created a fake injury because he could no longer cut it in the ring. And Bryan ended up responding by having security forcefully remove James Ellsworth from the arena, while Carmella just begged Daniel Bryan to reconsider his decision. And Carmella was left alone after this, and Ellsworth was thrown out of the arena. And later on in the night, we will see him again. Kind of give it away there, but anyway, let's move on. So the first match of the night, we had the Hype Bros taking on the Usos, and the winner of this match was the Usos by pinfall. And basically, toward the end of this match, Zack Ryder was in the ring. And basically, he was on the receiving end of a super kick and a top rope splash combination as the Usos prevailed to win this. And then after the bell, the New Day came out, and they confronted the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, and they ended up making a rematch for Battleground. So there's now a rematch for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles at Battleground on July 23rd. So yeah, pretty decent. The Usos defeat the Hype Bros, and I'm very high on the Hype Bros right now. I really think they're a great tag team. I really think that they could be something if they are booked correctly, and they could really be something big because Zack Ryder is a very underrated superstar. He's been a United States champion. He has been a Intercontinental Champion, so I really think that he could, he could possibly be something in the ring, along with Mojo Rawley, who I think is a very underrated superstar. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal with the help of Gronk, and I really think that Mojo Rawley has a good physique for a WWE superstar, and maybe Vince McMahon and the higher-ups will push the Hype Bros to the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I can definitely see them winning them by the end of the year next year, because I can see them winning it from the Usos. I can see the the New Day. I can see the New Day turning heel and then the Hype Bros will be built up as a big baby face, and the Hype Bros will win the SmackDown Tag Team titles by the end of the year next year. That is my prediction. And yep, the Usos defeat the Hype Bros. Next match was SmackDown Women's Championship match, a rematch from Money in the Bank. It was Naomi taking on Lana, and as I reiterated before, another rematch. And as I said in my Money in the Bank review, I really did not like Lana. I did not think that they had a great showing at Money in the Bank. I really thought Lana kind of lacked it. I really thought she should have been built up, then given a SmackDown Women's Championship match. I really did not think that Lana was ready for a championship match on such a big stage as Money in the Bank. Some consider it as one of the top 5 pay-per-views, along with, of course, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. I personally, with me and a couple of other people, would actually put it in the top 4, because really Survivor Series hasn't really done much for the past few years, even though we have seen like Goldberg defeat Brock Lesnar in 1 minute 26 seconds. I just really do not think that Survivor Series, I don't think is that as big a spectacle as it was a couple years ago. When you had much bigger talent on the roster, and you could actually make a really good like elimination match. You could really make a good match out of all those talents. But sadly, those talents have either retired or they're just gone from the WWE. So if you can kind of bolster that, if you can make superstars huge and actually give them a chance, guys like Sami Zayn, very underrated guy. I definitely think that he could be a WWE champion by next year. I really am high on him. He gets a good crowd reaction. His physique is not really that good, but sometimes physique doesn't even matter when you have the athletic skills that he possesses. Kevin Owens is an all-around beast. He's athletic. His physique is not really the best, but again, he could be a power guy. His athleticism is really good for the size that he is, and I could definitely see both those guys being world champions by the end of 2018 or 2019. I can definitely see that from those two men. Anyway, let's move on into the women's Money in the Bank match. I mean, the women's Smackdown Championship, Smackdown Women's Championship match. And Naomi defended the title against Lana. Lana attacked at the bell, and the champion fought back and delivered a split-legged moonsault to score the victory. And this match was very short. And this is good because the reason why I would not have Lana on big showings like she was at Money in the Bank, I really will not have her in 10-minute matches. I would have her in 6 to 7-minute matches, maybe even 5 or 4-minute matches with some of the women on that roster. I really think that she can learn a lot from like Natalya, maybe put her in a feud with Natalya, or put her in a feud with like Becky Lynch, because Becky Lynch is pretty experienced. She's great in the ring, so put her in a feud with Natalya or Becky Lynch. Really have her learn something from those two women because they're experienced and they're great in the ring. And I really think this would, if Lana is in a feud with one of those two women, it would really help her. I think I would do Becky Lynch personally because Becky Lynch is a face, and Lana should be booked to be heel. And I really think that if you could put her, Lana in the ring with Becky Lynch, kind of get her in a feud, kind of get her started on the SmackDown Live roster. Don't have her in championship matches, even though she's been in 2 championship matches. I really think that Lana would be a force to be reckoned with if she can get some feuds, if she's not in long matches, if she's kind of booked like Shinsuke Nakamura was a couple weeks before. Even though sometimes it doesn't work for the women. I mean, we've seen Emelina, because she reverted back to Emma after just one time of coming out to the ring. She was built up for like almost a month or two, and then all of a sudden she came out and she said she's going back to Emma, which I actually really like the character Emma. I really like that, but I just really think that Lana should be in a feud with someone like a Becky Lynch or a Natalya, kind of to get her started and kind of, learn the ropes, so to speak, no pun intended on that. And, Lana loses this match to Naomi. We had a Randy Orton promo. He came out and basically Randy Orton was very upset because at Money in the Bank what happened was the Singh brothers put their hands on his father, and Randy Orton hit the ring and vowed that what he did to Jinder Mahal last week will pale in comparison to what he does to him here on out. And he promised to attack Mahal every day until he gets what he wants, a rematch for the WWE Championship. And Shane McMahon came out and he basically sympathized with Orton, and he says that he understands the fury that courses through a man when his family is threatened. And he revealed that Orton will have a rematch for the WWE Championship at Battleground on July 23rd, but under the condition that Mahal will choose the stipulation. And the WWE Champion Mahal came out, and he basically said, he revealed the stipulation that him and Randy Orton will be inside a Punjabi prison for the WWE title. And guys, why did they bring it back? The first time they did it, it was bad, I believe. I didn't really see the match that much. But, I mean, like, come on. You did it with the Great Khali once. You don't have to bring it back. I would actually booked this match to be like a First Blood match or something like that. You know, I really want First Blood matches to be back in WWE. If WWE can go back to TV 14 and, you know, get this all started, have blood involved, that would be really good. The ratings would go up. The amount of superstars who could really do good on the roster would go up. And I really think that all signs would point to greatness if someone was in a First Blood match, because it shows their strength, it shows their resiliency. If a face is in it, it could build up sympathy for the face if the heel wins in like a very bad fashion. But anyway, Mahal declares the Punjabi prison as a stipulation, and I just don't like this. I thought it should have been either a normal match or something different. Variety is good. We need something different in the WWE. Even though Punjabi prison is, you know, it's already been used. And, you know, First Blood matches, you know, I don't really like this. The Punjabi prison, I really don't like this. I really think that if they had done a different type of match, something that we have never seen before, make the rules good. Maybe bring back not Championship Scramble, excuse me. Bring back maybe First Blood. That'd be great for this match, because Orton works very good in those kinds of matches. Or do an I Quit match. That would be another great match. An I Quit match between Mahal and Orton. That would be a great match. Because the I Quit matches, there have been some good I Quit matches, such as John Cena versus JBL. And I think it was in 2005, 2006. Randy Orton taking on John Cena was another great one. John Cena versus Batista was another great one. So definitely, I would have booked this either in a First Blood match or an I Quit match. I think that Orton performs well in I Quit matches, and you know, that's just how I feel. Next match was Sami Zayn taking on Baron Corbin, and the winner's match was Baron Corbin by pinfall. I almost said by pinfall. And toward the end of this match, Sami Zayn was kind of fighting back. Corbin took over basically the whole entire match, but Corbin ended it with the end of days to Zayn. 1, 2, 3, and Baron Corbin defeats Sami Zayn. And this is good. This is good. I really like where this storyline's going between Corbin and Zayn, because Zayn is a great heel. Build up sympathy for him. Have him, have him be beat down most of the match, but then come back and have him win the match, just like he did at Backlash. Do that, because it's absolutely amazing. When Zayn does that, it gets the crowd popped, and it kind of builds sympathy for Sami Zayn when he's being attacked, but then he comes back. He's kind of like a Johnny Gargano in a couple matches. I think it was against the Revival once. The Revival were really beating him down until Gargano came back and the crowd popped so much. And I feel that it would be really good if Zayn could be just like that. And the final match of the night was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and the winner's match was Carmella by pinfall. So as I said in the beginning of this review, James Ellsworth popped up here, and basically Ellsworth, toward the end of the match, Carmella was down after diving on, I think it was Charlotte and Becky, or Tamina and Becky. Oh wait, no, it was Natalya and Becky, excuse me. Carmella dived off the top of the ladder, because basically Carmella was on a ladder, but it actually wasn't. Well, it was set up, but then Becky Lynch, Tamina, Charlotte, Natalya, all came over there, and they held the ladder. They brought it to the other side, but then Charlotte went after Natalya and all this kind of stuff, and then Becky Lynch and Natalya were the two standing, and then all of a sudden, Carmella dives off the ladder, and basically Carmella was down in the ring, and then Ellsworth ended up coming out, and he basically tried to help Carmella, tried to climb up the ladder again, tried to pull the same crap he did a couple weeks back at Money in the Bank, but then Becky Lynch comes in with a ladder. She hits Ellsworth with the ladder, and she ends up pushing him off the ladder, and he gets hung up on the top rope, rustles his jimmies a little bit, and then Carmella ends up fighting back and taking Lynch out of the equation, and she goes up and she grabs the Money in the Bank briefcase. Everyone's lying at ringside, And, you know, that was very good. Carmella, you know, being booked very strong. She can win on her own. Finally, she's not a Bray Wyatt anymore. She can win on her own, which I really like about that match. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, smash a like on the video. Thank you guys for all the support. You guys are absolutely amazing. Excuse me, guys. And anyway, I will see you guys later. Peace.